A pleasant day, everyone. Welcome to my presentation on the different types of social mobilization. First of all, allow me to identify social mobilization based on author Neil McKee in his book, Social Mobilization and Social Marketing in Developing Communities in 1992. It is a process of bringing together all visible and practical intersectoral and social allies to raise people's awareness of the demand for a particular development programs. This is to assist in the delivery of resources and services and to strengthen community participation for sustainability and self-reliance. For Mackie, social mobilization is an expansive social movement of different members in the society for a particular development program, for a particular cause, or any societal change or advocacy. It brings many sectors as possible to push for development. So there are various key players of developments in the society, and that includes politicians, decision makers, government agencies, corporations, leaders in various sectors, people's organizations, private groups, cooperatives, and the masses. So for my presentation, allow me to elaborate 4 types of social mobilization. Those are political, resource, beneficiary, and government mobilization. Let's start with political mobilization. This aims at winning political and policy commitment for a major goal and the necessary resource allocations to realize that goal. This primarily aims to reach the national policy decision makers with the use of several communication methods such as advocacy, lobbying, and mass media. So one of the examples are the social mobilization projects created by Citizen Watch Philippines. They push for the passage of anti-piracy bill. So in their social media page, they create various campaigns and materials, and social media quote cards to let the Senate work on the passage of this particular bill. Also, we can see here a transport strike from this sector, which calls on the objection of the jeepney phase out or the jeepney modernization program. And then we also have this 1 billion rising movement. This is a massive action to end violence against women. So they push for strengthened laws and passage of many ordinances or policies to strengthen the advocacy on women protection, on women's safety, and against rape and against violence. And then we also have this last photo, an environmental lobby for the objection of the reclamation of Manila Bay. Aside from that, they also call for the environmental preservation of watershed and coastal areas and sustainable waste management and consumption. So these are messages that calls for leaders' governmental will or political will to enact and pass bills and necessary laws in support to these causes. Moving forward, let's go to government mobilization. Government mobilization elicits the cooperation of service providers and other government organizations that provide direct or indirect support to the development program. Government agencies may provide or conduct training programs, study tours, and coverage of the subject done by mass media. One of the examples are the massive vaccination drive created by the Department of Health, Regional Office 5, on their campaign Ticketing Ligtas. So through that, various health communities in the Bicol region work together in order to achieve their target number of infants to be vaccinated against polio, against rubella and measles. Aside from that, there are also collaborations among DICT, DTI, and the Department of Science and Technology in enhancing startup environment in Legazpi City. So these are forms of government working together to develop livelihood programs or create sustainable livelihood for the Filipinos. And then we also have the joint force of Department of Agrarian Reform, Department of Agriculture, and Department of Trade and Industry in Pangasinan. This now aids to or aims to increase the income of farmers, as well as allow them or help the farmers or the fisher folks to raise their standing in the society, from being producers of raw farm products to being processors or to being businessmen and women. Okay? Third mobilization is all about beneficiary mobilization. So this approach involves the participation and motivation of program beneficiaries through trainings, establishment of community groups, and communication. So I'd like to refer you to the first photo. These are oath taking of allegiance among underground mass organization members in Camarines Sur. So they are the ones identified as beneficiaries of information and service caravan of the Philippine Army. But they also initiated the taking of the oath of allegiance to the Republic of the Philippines. So perhaps because of the development support and programs provided to them, not only by the Philippine Army, but the whole of nation approach of the government sectors, local government units there, they are able to decide to finally take an oath of allegiance in the Philippines. And then here also we can see women doing a job of construction workers. These are women benefited by the local government unit and the Department of Social Welfare and Development, but they were the ones who initiated themselves and create sustainable livelihood through construction. And lastly, these women organizations who were benefited by international groups and the ADRA Philippines and other non-government organizations, as they were aided financially, they were provided with sustainable livelihood and entrepreneurship programs. They created a certain radio program where they shared and empower other Bicolanas and other Filipinos to create best practices from the support that was provided to them. And lastly, we have a resource mobilization. These refers to any activity that involved in securing new and additional resources for the organization. It also involves making better use of and maximizing existing resources. So here, I set an example to the collaboration of the Department of Social Welfare and Development Bicol and other financial partners in piloting digital financial literacy among 4Ps beneficiaries in Sorsogon province. So here, the government provide an avenue for their beneficiaries to handle finances more wisely and perhaps more productively. Another photo here is the training and livelihood or capacity training among beneficiaries of the Department of Labor and Employment in the provided livelihood services and programs given to them. So not only livelihood kits were provided, but also capacity or capacitating their skills and abilities so that they will have sustainable livelihood and income in return. On the other hand, we have support programs and services conducted by the Department of Agriculture among fisher folks and farmers here in the Bicol region. So they were provided various agricultural resources aside from the finances or financial aids that were provided to them. They were given seeds, they were given facilities and other equipment in order for them to become productive in their agricultural endeavor. So there you go, classmates. Again, in summary, we have several types of mobilization: political, resource, beneficiary, and government mobilization that actually go hand in hand. They may overlap, they may work hand in hand to hit multiple objectives in one social mobilization activity. So thank you so much for listening, and may you have a great day. God bless everyone.